Welcome, welcome, and welcome once again. It is your boy Hops back on the mic, spitting the fire bars. Eminem gets jealous of my casting, and I am joined by someone who everybody is jealous over because of his looks and his dashing personality, and that is Vector. How are you, my friend?
Looks and dashing personality aren't everything, Hop. You know, you gotta have some pizzazz, some fire within you. You certainly got that in abundance. It's a little bit ridiculous at this point. But you give it to us all, you give it to us as a great gift, and we're gonna hope for a little bit more of it as we have finally the grand final in the RSCEU Season 6 minor playoffs. This is the big one, the very last game, very last match of the playoffs in the postseason for RSC. I cannot wait for this one. It's another matchup between the Erina tribe and Fiat Multipla. We already saw this match go to a Game 3 in the upper final. It wasn't too hard for Erina to beat Fiat again. They got the sweep in that one, and I think they're going to be brandishing their brooms once more for this best of 7.
100%, 100%, and I want Fit Multiple to really make this a game and take it to Erina Tribe. I want to see a game 7. I want it to happen. It'll make me filled with joy, especially looking at the amount of subs being donated right now. And I made a sweeping statement prior to this me coming on the stream. So if anyone hasn't heard it, the deal was if we could get 100 gifted subs. By the end of this series, I will pierce my ears and be a GM for next season. So I believe we need around 48 more. So guys, keep them coming in to keep the hype train going. I'm a man of my words and it will happen. But let's maybe focus on the game first here because I'm freaking out a little bit that people are actually gifting this amount. And so let's focus on the game and get things going. So Erina Tribe, they looked incredibly strong against Fiat Multipla. However, there was a bit of a wobble against Concerto in the first game of this evening.
It was a little bit of a wobble. That one went all the way to Game 5. It's interesting to see, actually, in the first round, we had 4 matchups, of course, and 3 of those went to Game 5s. Concerto did their best. I mean, I think they were definitely one of the best teams in this entire playoffs, and they just couldn't manage to do it against the first seed. Erina turned up, of course, against Fiat in that 3-0 sweep. But it's just been sweeps all the way down from the upper final, the lower semi, the lower final. And we're back to the grand final now with the same 2 teams, the first and second seed, just like Challenger did
Sorry to interrupt, but Shires, how many was that? 20 gifted subs from Shires. Holy mother of God. Guys, okay, you're doing See My Ears Pierced and me to be a GM, but actually in the grand scheme of things, this really helps out RSC in general. At the end of this series, we are going to have a massive announcement. I don't think anybody's really expecting it. Only a few handful of people know about it. And so this really does help. And with the rate that RSC is growing, this is so good to see. So guys, do keep on dropping these subs. We do all appreciate it. But Vector, continue. Sorry for interrupting.
No, I'm perfectly happy for that to come out. Thank you so much for all the subs. It is, like you said, it's an unbelievable help to the league. It only just helps it grow even more into something that we'd love to see, that it's going to get even better as time goes on. And I can't believe how ridiculous it is that we're getting all these subs. Thank you so much for making that promise, Hop. I cannot wait to see you keep to that. That's going to be difficult. What kind of piercing are you going to want to get? No, we have to stay on topic. We have all the players in the lobby. I think we want to get this grand final kicked up as soon as possible. Get your mind off of the fact that you're going to be GMing next season, see how these players perform, because we've seen Erina Tribe beat down Fiat already. Are they going to be able to do it again, or will the reliable family car get back on the highway, get back traveling, and go through a bracket reset? At the minimum, 8 games they're going to have to beat Erina Tribe in, and it's going to be difficult. That's all I'm going to say.
It's going to be incredibly difficult, and I believe the teams are the players are in their respective teams and are ready to get underway. So let's kick off into this game. Erina Tribe versus Fiat Multipla in the grand final of the minor playoffs. So this is the final game of the season, apart from the All-Star games, which will be happening in a couple of weeks. But we see, I don't know who that is, but donate to mine, please. And that is a very good charity as well. And people don't know that obviously the subs are going in here, but if you do have some extra cash to donate, Chonka is running a fantastic donation scheme where every single time his team wins in that game, they donate £1. So if anyone has that link, please do post it in chat. But underway, early start for Fiat Multipla, getting a score on the board, and that is what you want to see if you are Chonka.
Instant offense for the Fiat Multipla. The car is on the road. It is traveling. And that is Anselo that is trying to get people to donate to the brilliant cause that is Mind. As we have Bolt trying to take control of that. Another one coming in from Fiat Multipla. They're going for another strike here as Anselo gets control. He has another one on the back body. Is Kinetic waiting in there. That's 3 players up from the Erina Tribe. They weren't quite punished for that triple commit. But clearly we're seeing Fiat come out of the gates roaring to go. They know they're going to have to play a lot of games against this Erina Tribe. They're going to have to beat them so many times, and they want to get started on that early.
100%, 100%, and this is exactly what you want to do. Starting a bit of a double commit from Erina Tribe in their own half is going to give an opportunity for a shot. However, Strength waiting on their backboard, doing a really good job. Kinetic keeping the pressure up. Bolt with a great touch away from Kinetic just as he gets demoed. Laser, though, trying to put some pressure, apply the pressure onto the Fiat Multipla's side. It's all been Fiat Multipla so far, and it looks like almost sliding in off a pincher between 2 players on the Fiat Multipla side, almost slotting in. However, Erina Tribe getting away scot-free. And we do see this from Erina Tribe. They do start off a bit slow. However, the potential on this side to do anything mechanically is so deadly. So Fiat Multipla really need to keep their pressure on and keep their heads in the game.
Absolutely. It's not just mechanics that Erina Tribe bring out, it's the passing plays, the link up, the understanding between all 3 of these players is almost unfathomable at times. You just can't understand it. It's beyond communication. But Fiat coming out of the gates quickly, they know the best way to keep this Erina Tribe defense penned in is to play them at their own game. They almost get another one there as Kinetic came flying in. He gets stuck in his own net and they have to rotate all the way back. It was a triple man offense that came up. They didn't quite get punished for it, but Laser trying to build something here. Gets out to Bolt, who goes for a quick shot. It's on the left-hand side. They've tied it up with 2 minutes 40 left to go.
Brilliant finish from Bolt there. And Saikuna, he's been so consistent throughout the whole of this event. Really popping off earlier on in that concerted match, bringing that team back. However, Bolt challenging nice and early. You know his speed is fantastic, and when he's popping off, he's a dangerous man. But tied up 1-2-1, 2 minutes 40 left on the clock, and Strength is going for an early push here to try and apply some pressure back onto the Fiat Multipla. And with a huge clearance comes out. Fortunately, Bolt there using his mechanics to make sure there's no danger. Laser coming off his own back wall, doing a bit of an aerial play here to clear the ground for Saikuna. They're waiting for a nice cheeky catch. Strength trying to win that midfield battle. Can Kinetic get there? Yes, he can. Strength trying to put over into the center. However, neither of his teams are there waiting, and there is a player waiting on the backboard for Fiat Multiplayer. Now it is Erina Tribe applying the pressure. However, the rotations are off. Unfortunately, not able to get the shot on Kinetic. However, Saikuna from the top rope, slotting in another goal. 2-1 for Fiat Multiplayer.
I was about to start talking about Erina Tribe are playing so close to one another in almost every play that they make. There are 2 players going for the ball. It's not necessarily double commits. They are just one behind the other. A bit of shadow offense from them. But that leaves so much space, so much open play in the midfield. It's what led to that open goal. Well, not an open goal. It was a great shot from Saikuna. There were defenders there. But it was quite an easy opportunity for Fiat. You don't expect Erina to leave that much of a gap. And I think they've been kind of thrown for a loop here in this first game. Not expecting Fiat to come out of the gate so quickly, so strong. But they did get a sweep over their opponents, Weeaboos, who are one of the favourites in this playoff run. To see them coming from the lower bracket, starting in the lower bracket, almost getting to the grand final, but getting put down by this reliable family car. And they're putting down Erina Tribe at the moment as well.
This reliable family car being more than just reliable so far in this playoffs. Definitely wanting to be more of a supercar if they can win this. But now Bolt's getting that challenge in the center. Vince Kuna, fortunately, the player was waiting back for the Fiat Multipla scored, so nothing comes of it. But this is where Erina Tribe are dangerous. Good passing play to
What a
Bolt.
pass!
And what a pass from Laser. Beautiful, identifying exactly where his teammate was, and Bolt just was there, ready and waiting, and saw a straight pass. A beautiful, beautiful setup by Laser.
It's honestly terrifying at this point. We saw it all the way through the upper final when they were up against Fiat for the first time. Just the connections that these two players make. I mean, Strength is just sat back watching it. It's like art in motion. It's unbelievable. Like, you would expect Laser to go for just a quick shot there, play out of the defense, and hope to get something off of them without them being there to realize it. But he knows that his teammate is in the midfield, is waiting for that passing play. And when it comes out, Bolt is always in position to place it. He just knows how to do that. As Laser tries to finish one off. But Kinetic is there trying to get something off of it, but it's bouncing back. Angelo has to backflip, half flips backwards, doesn't have the pace, and Strength finishes this one off to put them in the lead with 20 seconds left.
Really, really impressive out of Erina Tribe, just remaining composed regardless. And just to reiterate what you're saying, yeah, Strength is extremely, he's a strong foundation for Bolt and Laser to do what they do best, which is that chemistry play and using their mechanics, which we all know are so good. And they bounce off each other. They just know how to work, and it's such a beautiful to watch them play. And this is why they were top seeded coming into the playoffs here, and they're looking like the favorites to win it all. Can they go all the way? Can they go to overtime? But it's looking like Erina Tribe are going to take this first game.
It's still alive. Hold your horses on that one, Hop. They might be able to get something, but just too far away from Kinetic going up the field. Not as calculated as they'd hoped. Once again, Erina take the first game of the series just as they did in the upper final. It's going the exact same way. I predicted that it'd go to a game 5 in that series. It didn't end up doing so. It was an easy sweep for Erina in the end, but it was only a 1-goal game. The same situation here. Can Fiat change their fortunes, change the script, and try and get something out of this best of 7? They'll have to do a bracket reset. I keep reiterating it because it is so important. It's so many games to go through. That mental fatigue can be horrible to have to deal with, and Erina definitely don't want to get into that situation either.
100%. And what's scary about a bracket reset is that if Fiat Multipla are able to reset the bracket, they will have so much more positive attitude and momentum heading into the second series than Erina Tribe. And so it's often you see if a team is able to reset the bracket, they will go on to win the series just because of that mental fortitude that they would have gained of resetting the bracket over a winner's bracket team. And so it's really difficult. Erina Tribe will be avoiding that at all costs. However, you cannot look past how good Fiat Multipla are. They have so much potential and so much ability to do so, and they just have to shut down what I feel they have to shut down this Laser and Bolt duo play, because that is what really is opening up the defense on the Fiat Multipla side.
Sometimes it can be just as simple as a bump or a demo getting rid of them, but Strength bumps Demo's outside Kuna here as he hurtled past the ball, didn't get a single touch, which means it's still in their half, but Bolt misses this one, gives Kinetic an easy clear up the field, but doesn't have any control. A pass to the mid is not followed up by anyone but Laser. Coming out of the defense, he's hunting the third man as Bolt comes back. Link up between them once again. He gets another touch here. This is free if Bolt can get a double, but he doesn't need to. The Strength finishes it off. Rotation back in time. 2 players in the corner just hitting each other on that Fiat defense, and it's just going the exact same way as game 1.
That looks amazing. The fact that each player was able to get a touch on the ball and just have a finish, this in itself shows why Erina Tribe are number 1.
They certainly don't look like a minor team. I'm positive Laser's going up to major. I'm not sure about Bolt or Strength, but just unbelievable how consistent they can be, but some inconsistency here for the Erina defense. They looked a little confused. I think there was a bump on Bolt there. He kind of tried to get it away from Angelo, but took control. And the great aggression from Fiat ties this one up pretty quickly. A quick response from them is important, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They have to bounce back here, otherwise they're just going to falter. But Arena Tribe looking incredibly strong indeed. Really good plays. It's tied 1-1. We see now Strength trying to get a touch away as it's Fiat Multipla's turn to put the pressure on, and Strength being so patient, and you can see just then the hesitancy, allowing and trusting his teammate Bolt to push forward and go on that attack. I mean, that trust plays so much dividends when working as a team. However, they connected does get a demo onto Laser. Saikuna has to get a bit of an awkward touch over to his corner. Can he follow it up? Yes, he can, but Strength being awkward and making it uncomfortable for Fiat Multiple to do anything. And Bolt now doing what he does best, being so dangerous. He's going to get the double touch. He does! Oh my god! Bolt! What was that?
The lightning bolt from the sky, an air dribble over the first man, double taps off the crossbar. You cannot stop any single player in this Erina Tribe offense. You expect to see that from Laser. A little less so from Bolt, but he's proving here why he's just as important to this team in every single facet of the defense, offense, and midfield. And he gets another one here. I can't even stop talking about the last goal before they score another.
Oh my god, Bolt, you are incredible. They are a strong Laser Bolt, this Erina Tribe side. And Bolt is being so good at capitalizing every opportunity he has been given. I mean, he has 2 shots and 2 goals, 100% accuracy so far, and that is making it so difficult for Fiat Multiple even to breathe right now. And once again, he is on the ball, and it kind of brings to mind, is Fiat Multiple kind of looking to shut down Laser a little bit too much? Are they calling Laser out and not focusing enough on Bolt, which is giving him room to breathe? Fiat Multiple, they've got to find an answer, because otherwise, Erina Tribe, they're gone. They're in the wind.
This is do or die. If they do not win this series, they are gone. I mean, they'll have to do it twice in a row, and that's just so much harder, such a mental block for them to have to deal with. And like you said, once you start focusing on one single player, you completely forget about the other two on the field. This is 3v3 Rocket League. You have to think about every single player on that opposing side, or one of them's going to punish you. Bolt's doing the work right now. He's got another one here. He doesn't have a flip, but he has boost to try and get there. Angelo with a great clear. Saikuna has a little bit of time, flicks it up for Laser to take control. Back up the field, Bolt's already there. He misses this, almost a fake for Laser to follow up, but Kinetic gets in the way. The blocker loses his life, but forces this game to stay at just a 2-goal deficit for Fiat at the moment.
Right now, the defense of Erina Tribe and Fiat Multiple are holding both, but as I'm talking, Angelo plots one into the top corner. A beautiful job from him, capitalizing on a little bit of an error, I'd say, from Bolt after his stunning play, touching it down to his corner. Laser was not in position to help him out, and that just allowed the ball to be slotted in by Angelo. So right now it's 3-2, minute 47 left on the clock, all still to play for. Fiat Multiple definitely have the potential to bring this back, but they have to be playing perfect Rocket League, because you know on offense, this Erina Tribe side are going to do so well, but Saikuna looking for that redirect, but Bolt getting there once again. This man is being lethal.
Lethal is about right. It's almost venomous in some respects. Even when they get pushed back onto their own defense, I mean, it's a 1-goal game now. They've thrown away that lead. This could go either way at this point, but it's exactly what I wanted to see from Fiat. Getting up the field, being aggressive, being confident in their offense, because clearly they can get through that defense. They know when these double commits come out, when there's these little touches that Strength or Bolt aren't making that are necessary. Laser trying to get a pass upfield, trying to get some instant offense. They're not taking their time when they're in their own half, and that opens up a lot of opportunities for Fiat to exploit. They managed to do it a couple times, but they'll need to do it at least one more to push this to overtime. But a quick one from Bolt puts it away up the crossbar once again.
Unbelievable. And this is this chemistry that we saw from Laser and Bolt. They just know how to optimize their ability together, and that pass was so out of the blue, and Bolt was just in the right place in the right time. Unbelievable players from this offensive duo, and I mean, this is why I can't keep saying, this is why these guys are the best in one league. And there is, you know, I'm almost hesitant to say it, but Erina Tribe, when they're playing their best, when Bolt and Laser are playing their best, you almost always have to pick them up as a duo, and they'll be definitely being looked to pick up possibly for Major next season as a duo, because of how good they are working together.
Right place, right time is the perfect way to say it, as Laser goes for a 5th here. At some point, you can't say it's fortune, you can't say it's luck. It is design. It is by design. They're almost always in the right place at the right time because they trust one another. They have the boost rotations. They know that strength is going to be back there. That defensive rock for them on this Erina tribe side. It doesn't get many saves from what we've seen, at least in the playoffs. But saves isn't all defense is about. I mean, if you can stop the offense before it even begins, who
Mm.
needs saves?
Exactly. Who needs saves indeed? Unbelievable showing from Arena Tribe. Listen, Vector, I have to ask you, what do Fiat Multipla need to do to come back and take it to Arena Tribe?
Well, it's like I said in the middle of the game, be confident on offense. I mean, part of that is the midfield controlling those boosts. They're losing the aerial game clearly, as we saw that unbelievable double tap from Bolt. We saw it in the last series in the upper final as well. The connection between Laser and Bolt. Fiat just don't seem to be able to control their backboard and defend off of their backboard, so they need to limit that as much as possible. If you can't stop it directly, you have to stop it at the source where it starts, and that's in the midfield. So when they gain up the field, they need to be confident pushing up as a 2. They need to trust that their rotation is going to be there. Sometimes they don't, and that's where the double commits come from, and it kills their own offense before it's even begun a lot of the time. So we know that they can score. They've done it plenty of times. They just need to figure out that defensive rotation, not overcommit too much, which is where most of Erina Tribe's goals come from. And I think they could still take a couple games back from this. I don't know if they'll be able to bring back the series. They are one more game away from match point, and it'll be so much more tough to do that in a reverse sweep.
100%, and I think the player I really want to see on the Fiat Multipla to step up is Kinetic. He's been a bit slow. You haven't seen much of Angelo doing work along with Saikuna, but Kinetic just maybe not as warm and as hot as he wants to do. And so let's see whether he can step up for his side. Angelo missing a very easy shot. Unfortunately, his strength now whipping it down into an open goal, and it's immediately Arena Tribe up 1-0.
Again, just too much overcommittal. Kinetic put it to the corner. He froze 2 defenders on the Erina side. Laser went up and missed it. And then the third man on Fiat Multipla, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Angelo coming in for that follow-up. Completely misses the ball. And there's just no rotation from Fiat. They're not looking up the field and making sure that they know a teammate is rotating. It looks like the communication isn't there, and that they're trying to force things that aren't actually going to work. Angelo misses again off of that. Saikuna only just clears it off of the backboard. But it's an illness that the symptoms are obvious. They just don't seem to be recognizing them, at least from my point of view.
100%, and almost a shot going in for Fiat Multipla, but again, the defense from Arena Tribe, from Fiat Multipla, just holding Arena Tribe, not able to get a second goal on the board. And Vector, this Fiat Multipla side has been playing more games than Arena Tribe due to having to lose his back and run. Do you think there's a bit of fatigue here?
I think fatigue is always a factor. You've got to factor that in. There's just a certain point where you start to slow down a little bit. You lose your focus because you've been playing so much Rocket League. But then on the flip side of that, you could say they've played a lot more, and they should be a lot more warmed up. They should have a bit more consistency because they've been scrimming essentially for quite a bit. It was a fairly easy sweep for them to make over the Weeaboos going down into the lower final. So it's not like they had to slog through a tough Game 5 situation, but they just don't seem to be finding any sort of control here in their own half.
Yeah, and that finish from Laser is just showing exactly that. It was a free shot from him, and there were 2 players sat on the Fiat Multipla goal line. These guys on Arena Tribe looking unstoppable, and I find it so interesting that Concerto seemed to be the only team to kind of rival this Arena Tribe side, and that to me is rather surprising because you would have thought it's Fiat Multipla doing the rival, challenging them, or whether it be the Veiled, for example, with their credible win streak. But no, the Arena Tribe just seem to have the number of these teams, and it's quite tough to watch. They definitely need to come up with something or change up something to in order to bounce back. But Bolt's now being under the pressure once again. Angelo is there waiting, but Strength being a brilliant second man, keeping that pressure going. Laser, and there's just, you see the rotations coming in from Arena Tribe, just making it so difficult for Fiat Multipla to leave their half every single time.
It could just be a factor as Saikuna misses this off the double tap. So no, half double tap. Donate to mine, please. Angelo even tries to finish that one off, do what his teammate could not. But
Oh
great
my
defense and a great
gosh, Laser.
again from Laser coming off the ceiling here for Bolt's play.
He's jealous.
Fantastic.
He's jealous of Bolt's double touch. That's what's going on here. Laser's like, hey, you're taking the spotlight away from my mechanics, Bolt. What are you doing? And Laser's doing that, and what a shot it was. And I mean, it does really look like, oh my gosh, a kickoff goal. Are we going to see a potential Brazil here?
I mean, that would only work if Fiat managed to score. I mean, they've done it
Yeah.
in the first 2 games, but it's not
It'll be a
looking
steak
great for them right
dinner.
now.
It'll be a steak dinner, is what it's going to be.
It's a bit of a rout, to be honest, at this point.
And it's so difficult to cast because Arena Tribe is questionably playing, I'd say, the best Rocket League they played all season. You know, it's been the best minor Rocket League we've played, and they're definitely looking like a major team almost. You know, especially, and that is so incredible to say considering how good Fiat Multipla have been. But now Saikuna putting a goal in right now, and that could this be a spark to reignite the Reliable Family Cup?
I hope it is, because this is the exact same way that Fiat have managed to score against Erina every single time. It's just a little misrotation from Erina, and they find the gap in that midfield. The only trouble is that Fiat aren't creating that themselves. It's only when it just happens to randomly happen from Erina, when they're somehow falling apart in rotation. It's unexpected from them. It's uncharacteristic. No one can be perfect, of course, and we can't expect that from anyone. But when Fiat do recognize it, they seem to score every single time. They just can't defend when Erin's pushing up, and that's mostly due to, it's like, 70-30, 80-20 to Erina's offense being just too good for any defense. And you talked about them having the number of pretty much every team in the playoffs. Concerto only being the only ones that gave them any sort of challenge, any sort of threat. But the top 4 in any tier is hard to predict, and sometimes it's just those teams, like specific teams, the way that they play, that it's hard to get past. But it's part of the reason that Erina were first seed. They play so well against every single team in the tier, and it's not just about individual skill, it's the tactics of the team overall, and it's just turned out better than pretty much every team in the minor tier so far.
Yeah, and I really tried being so strong. Bolt's getting that challenge in the midfield, going to look for his teammate. Kinetic, though, going up early. Can he get a shot on to goal? Yes, he can, but Laser on the rotation, getting 2 saves of Kinetic shots. However, a shot does follow fine in from Saikuna. Saikuna once again stepping up for his team. He is the player who's getting these goals in. And I hate to say it, and I know points isn't everything, but Vector, Angelo's is only on 92 points. Kinetic's only on 170, yet Saikuna's on 388. I know score doesn't say anything, but surely if you're below 100 at this stage, you just aren't contributing as much as you should be.
I mean, the biggest part of that he had 388 there was because of 2 goals. Scoring a goal is the biggest point gain in the entire game, I'm pretty sure. So that's why there's such a big gap there. But almost finished up by Kinetic here. A great double save from Laser just on the edge of his box. But it's I think it's a factor of shutting down individual players. I think Erina Tribe are good at doing that. When they take people out of the play, when they're constantly having to rotate or get back into a different position, they're never making touches. They're never getting any sort of like a clear or a center or anything like that. Just the little things, all those are stuff you do to get you points and air dribbles and things such as that. And that's why they don't end up getting a lot on the scoreboard. And it's almost a direct indication of how well they're doing as a player. But a lot of that is down to how well your opponent is doing, not necessarily how well you are doing, because they take away opportunities that you could have had to get points. And overall, Erina just completely controlling the game in pretty much every aspect. And like you said, I think he's Kinetic that needs to step up a little bit. He has the potential. We know how well he can play. He's the second seed in minor. There's no doubt about how well this team can play, and these individual players can turn up. It's just about how you play on the day, and right now they're falling apart.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been a long slog of a season of incredible plays throughout, but right now we are really seeing why Laser, Bolt, and Strength are the epitome of the minor league, and I'm sure GMs will be looking at it. I am on what team I want to pick up for major next season. Um, And Laser, Bolt, Strength, they're at the top of my list currently with how impressed I'm seeing these guys play. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep this up. And what is so scary is that these guys on Arena try play their best when they're comfortable and having fun, and they look like they're having fun. They're going to start freestyling even more right now, and that's so almost demoralizing for Fiat Multiplayer. You're getting scored on from like from a freestyle perspective. That's just you kind of just don't want to play anymore.
I mean, looking at it from Fiat's perspective, freestyling may be exactly what they need Erina to start doing, to not be as consistent in the midfield and on defense, in order for them to get more opportunities, because they can put them away, they just need more of them. They can't score quickly enough. They got 2 in the last game, and they almost get another one here, but Erina got 4, and that's the only reason. A triple commit from Erina, 3 defenders. This is another opportunity to begin. Angelo passing down to a player that's not there. Kinetic had already rotated back, and that just shows the lack of confidence on offense. They put this one away, but it mainly from mispositioning from Erina, and it could be complacency coming out to play.
It could definitely be, and hopefully this complacency is fading on the Fiat Multipla side, as they have finally got a lead over the Arena Tribe squad. So now this is when they have to capitalize on it. They have to identify that there are weaknesses within the Arena Tribe defense, and it's just literally their speed that is them stopping and prohibiting them from scoring. And so let's see if they can keep this lead or maybe get a more. But as I'm talking, Bolt almost puts a shot on. Unfortunately, Angelo is there. Saikuna does miss his touch. Almost Strength slotting one in. Laser is last player back. Is going to be able to get this ball with a nice touch indeed. Saikuna not being able to read that touch on very well, as Strength able to put it into the center. Saikuna pops it up nice and high, leaving Bolt an opportunity to get a push forward here. He does miss the boost, but decides to go for the ball instead, identifying that his teammate was going for a shot, but not able to capitalize on it. And Arena Tribe, the relentless pressure and midfield control that they have is playing so much dividends. They may well be able to capitalize on it. Let's hope that Fiat Multiplayer can hold on. It's a brilliant save coming out from Kinetic.
Up to the back ball once again. Laser going up. He's been doing that the entire series. He goes up for aerials in the opponent's half to get in the way, to stop those quick counterattacks from Fiat, and to just disrupt the play so much. It really throws you off when you don't know where to expect your opponent to be coming out from your own backfield. It just like it starts to get into the back of your head and under your skin. Starting to think, should I go up for this? Am I going to get bumped out? Am I going to get beat to the ball and lose on my boost and my positioning for nothing essentially? But Fiat's starting to wake up a little. I think they realize that they're on match point now. They've gone down 3 games. If they lose one more, that is it. Their playoff run is over.
Yeah, they're second place. They're first of the losers, as people sometimes say. But I mean, that's slightly disrespectful because how good Fiat's Multipla side is. And I hope that they do hold on to this lead, as Angelo now finding gaps in the defense of Arena Tribe, trying to push forward. Saikuna there, popping it down. Does actually fake out Laser as the ball goes over him. However, Laser capitalizing on that misplay, mistouch. Bolt not able to put the shot on. As Saikuna does get a brilliant save. Strength, though, putting it off the backboard. Laser trying to follow it up 1-1, but Saikuna a bit too fast to the ball. Saikuna should be able to slot another one in, and this is good from Fiat Multipla. They're stepping up their game.
They take a 2-goal lead, complete misrotation from Erina. They threw everything into that one. And this is what I was talking about for Fiat, being a lot more confident on the front foot, keeping a player up in the offense. And opportunities will open up, especially if you're going for bumps and boost steals and the like. Erina don't seem to be able to adapt to that very well when they don't control the boost game and control the rotations, especially. Laser can't stay up the field. He can't make those disruption plays. Strength has to overcommit as third man. And it's just not a position that he enjoys being in, and I think that's part of the main reason that that Fiat took a 2-goal lead here, and it's what's going to help them throughout the rest of the series if they manage to take this game as well.
100%. So a real momentum shift here as Fiat Multipla able to start taking it to the Arena Tribe. 1 minute 22 seconds, 20 seconds left on the clock. Can Fiat Multipla hang on to this lead as Angelo trying to challenge in the Arena side? Bolt, though, has gone up early. He's going to play it off the backboard. Can Laser get a redirect? Oh my word! Laser actually made me clench so hard, and in the end he does slot it in, but Vector, I'm actually thankful that shot didn't go in because my heart wouldn't have coped.
I would have liked to see exactly how you would have reacted, how high the decibels would have gone if Laser somehow managed to put that away. It was doing it once again, just sat on Fiat's backboard, waiting for a pass upfield. He knows it's coming. It's just a matter of time. It's when, not if. Almost putting that one away. Goes for another shot here from the midfield. But he's just so dangerous. He's so good at that. He has such confidence in his teammates' rotation to hold off 3 players on defense as 2-man that he just goes and sits up the field, steals boost along the way, and that messes up your opponent so much if you have the confidence to do that and know that they don't have the ability to rotate back and recognize that it's essentially a 3v2 in a lot of situations in the midfield and on offense for them. But really, it's just a matter of whether or not Fiat can hold this, if they can keep the discipline instead of panicking and trying to get a comfort goal, a padding finish for them to try and get something more. But Saikuna with a brilliant dribble does manage to get that padding. Puts it to 3-1 with 15 left to go.
Yeah, a bit of an ankle breaker. Laser flipping a little bit too early, and he threads the needle between Bolt and Strength. Really good showing from Saikuna, and right now, Fiat Multipla up 3-1. There's only 15 seconds remaining. They should be able to hold on to this lead. It is Laser, Bolt, and Strength, though. They can pull off miracles, but a bump onto Laser is going to make it very difficult. They're going to have to do something now. Will this ball fly in? It's up to this moment, but Saikuna does get a touch. He's going to delay it as much as he can, and that's this fourth game even is going to go in the favor of Fiat Multipla. Their lives still alive right now. Can they take this to a game number 7?
They talk about cats with 9 lives. Fiat only have 1 left. They're going to have to do it a couple more times to take this to game 7. I'm really hoping they manage to do so. I want a bracket reset just for the scenes themselves. I mean, Fiat are capable of it. They've beat Erina Tribe by a 2-goal difference here, and they did everything that I wanted them to do, that I talked about them needing to do, being confident on offense, going up the field as 2s or sometimes even 3s when they recognize the opportunity. But knowing that the Erina push up, they have such a high line, and especially when Strength doesn't hold that, when he doesn't recognize that Laser and Bolt have pushed up together, it leaves such a big area just behind the midfield line that there's a lot of boost there. There's a lot of little pads there that Fiat can take control of and utilize, and they don't always need to sit in defense and hope for a counter. They can just push forward and kind of force the issue, put Erina on the back foot and scare them into defense where they don't like playing.
Yeah, I do agree, but I mean, I think the counter argument to that is because of how good Laser and Bolt are when playing offense. You almost always have to have 3 of the players at the back, and that's what is really scary. And so it's kind of this liminal factor that Fiat Multipla need to ride in order to get this victory, of identifying the danger of Laser and Bolt when they are coordinating passes along with Strength, and also taking it to Erina Tribe and not leaving themselves way too exposed. So finding this balance is going to be really difficult. How they were able to achieve it in that game number 4, can they do it again in game number 5?
Until we develop eyes in the back of our heads, there is no way to know what's behind us. It's what Laser's been doing so well. Is dangerous. There's, again here, a pass between Bolt and Laser. He's just sitting there, just waiting like a shark, circling as Bolt finishes this off low and hard. And it's something that Fiat don't seem to manage to do. They link up for a pass there, but it was just random. It was haphazard, and it wasn't controlled. And it's the reason that Erina have been able to find so many of these relatively easy opportunities.
Brilliant playing from the side of Erina Tribe. Bolt does put them ahead right now, and he's going to keep on the pressure as he puts it off the backboard for his teammate Laser. Once again, linking so well, and Strength there, almost slotting it away. Oh, the rotations from Erina Tribe, are they going to be able to come in? Yes, Laser cuts out the pass that Saikuna was trying to make, and that leaves the goal wide open once again, but Kinetic reading the touch from Laser really well. A prime opportunity for Fiat Multipla to get an equalizer, but not able to capitalize enough, as Laser doing a brilliant job on defense.
A brilliant job indeed, but it's kind of shaky from what I can see. It's not like he does it in the midfield very well. Like he sits, like I keep talking about it. He sits up the field and he just gets into those awkward positions where Fiat's trying to dribble it out of defense or dribble it upfield, get a pass upfield, and then Laser just completely cuts it out. He's a great interceptor, in any part of the field that he's in, and it's because he has that trust with his teammates. He demos out Saikuna here, gives Bolt a little bit of time to do something with it, but Angelo kicks it all the way back, and that's exactly what's been working. It's only a 1-goal game, but they do it so well that they recognize when Fiat's trying to break out of their own half, and they completely cut it out.
Brilliant showing indeed. As Laser now on the ball, looking to put it into centre. Fortunately, Angelo does read that really well. Kinetic is up really fast, but Bolt is just a little bit quicker. Saikuna with opportunity to slot it in, but not able to get there quick enough. Now Strength on the counter-attack. Can he do anything with it? He gets bumped by Kinetic, which is going to throw him off his line. Laser is there. The pass goes to him, however, a little bit too fast. Angelo misses the touch in the middle, not able to defend it. It's Kinetic rotated back. Can they do anything with this ball, Erina Tribe? They have only got a 1-goal lead, which is fragile with 2.5 minutes left. Kinetic going up, looking for the redirect. Not able to conserve his boost well enough, though, to do so. And that comes from Laser's just nuisance play, starving the boost off the side of Fiat Multipla. Laser trying to challenge Saikuna off the ceiling. Unfortunately, nothing comes of it. Kinetic, though, putting a shot on towards goal. Bolt trying to read that, and Kinetic unable to follow it up with a counter shot as well. And this is back and forward, a bit of ping pong team, both teams fighting for the control of the midfield. But as I'm talking, the passing play from Erina Tribe once again capitalizing on the goal. We see Strength playing off the backboard. Laser getting these demos and bumps, and Bolt's able to slot it straight in the back of the net.
Perfect disruption counter from Erina there. Laser getting a demo on the last man, completely killing any chance of a save from Bolt's shot there. It's just too quick up the field. We talk about him having a lightning bolt of a shot when he's coming up there. He just knows that Laser's going to be in position to clear it out, give him the space to go for those plays, and Strength with a great pass as well. And Angelo trying to create some offense of his own, going up the field for Fiat. Kinetic gets a decent 50 over Laser, but it's rolled over the back of the net. Angelo's going up. He has the boost to do something, but loses control. Saikuna gets another touch. It's over Laser. Strength puts it straight back to the mid for Kinetic, but he puts it wide to the left.
Oh,
they don't manage to get one back. And those are the exact kind of opportunities they need to take if they're going to have any chance of keeping their hopes alive in this playoff grand final.
That's so unfortunate for the side of Fiat Multipla. Kinetic had a prime opportunity to score, but just not able to capitalize on it. I mean, this has kind of been the narrative for Fiat Multipla this series. Just not able to capitalize on goal, and immediately the counterattacks come in from Erina Tribe, and they look so deadly every single time. But Angelo has a little bit of opportunity to do a bit of a breakaway. Decides to prioritize boost over the ball. I don't know if that was a wise decision, because Bolt has a free. He's going for a flip reset. He's going to be able to do anything with it. Goes with a shot, but Saikuna reading it brilliantly with a strength, following out once again, placing in the top right-hand corner. I mean, wow, Bot going for that flip reset. The confidence to do that in the grand final of the playoffs. Unbelievable.
Especially in the minor team. I mean, it didn't look like he had any chance of pulling that off and actually getting a goal out of it, but it was the threat, the fact that Saikuna had to come off of the back wall. He had to respect the flip reset, and that put him in such an awkward position to try to clear that out. It's great third-man play from Strength, recognizing the opportunity that there was no defender in place to challenge his shot.
And Bolt gets another one. Look at that. Is he going to be able to pop it down to Strength? I mean, that dribble right there, and this is kind of like resonating exactly what you said.
Laser.
Everything, Laser, just doing bits, imagine. But this is exactly what is being said. Bolt and Laser, whenever they're on the ball, they are so scary. They have to be dealt, all their mechanics have to be treated with respect. And that then forces Fiat Multipla to do, maybe do things and put themselves in positions that they don't particularly want to be in. And right now, Erina Tribe, there's a couple of seconds off winning the grand final, and Strength puts another one in for his efforts. And Vector, we're looking at the minor champions within Erina Tribe. And Kinetic, Saikuna, yeah. I believe they have left the game. It is GG's all around. It's good for Angelo to stick into it, and that's going to be it, I believe, for the side of Erina Tribe versus Fiat Multipla. A brilliant plays coming out of Laser and Bolt. We see Laser doing little things, putting in a little bit of something at the end, a little bit of flair. Erina Tribe, they are your minor champions for this Season 6 minor league.
Complete dominance from them. That is the buzzword. They did everything right. They had a little bit of a stumble at that first hurdle against Concerto, going all the way to Game 5. May have given some hope to some of the teams, some of the lower seeds in the playoffs, but they went all the way through that upper final with a great sweep over their opponent's Fiat Multipla here, and then didn't quite get the 4-0 sweep. Didn't do everything that they could have with the broom that time. It was just one game loss off of that, but it doesn't really matter. They don't care. They've won it. They are the grand finalists, the champions of the minor tier in the playoffs, and I just can't congratulate them enough. They played brilliantly, and they should be in majors next season.
100%. I couldn't agree more. And this is your champions guide. Erina Tribe for the Waifu Fan Club franchise. Laser, Strength, Bolt, and Kincaid with the GM, the big man himself, Mr. Archeon. And all of these people are in the chat VC right now with us for a little bit of a chat with the victors. Gentlemen, how are you feeling being the champions of the minor league?
I'm very hyped right now.
Great.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm buzzing.
Same.
I mean, you guys really pops off indeed. And I'm going to ask a couple of questions to you guys, and then we'll hand over to Vector. Bolt, I'm going to come to you first. I mean,
Yeah.
I think this is probably the best Rocket League I've ever casted for you. You hit some incredible shots. Your mechanics were really scary for Fiat Multipla. I mean, you must be really riding sky high. I mean, are you peaking right now?
Yeah, I was in game. Everyone said I was.
And you must be feeling fairly good with those mechanics. I mean, when you hit that, I think it was the double touch. I mean, you must be feeling fairly good. I mean, what sort of motivation and mental edge does that give you after putting off a goal such as that?
It just felt great to not get pre-jumped for once. In my
I love that. And Strength, over to you. I want to ask you, I mean, you see Laser and Bolt, they kind of work, they use their mechanics, they do these passing plays up front. You're such a cornerstone for this team. You provide such a good platform for kind of Bolt and Laser do their thing, do their flary up front. What is it like knowing that you have two teammates within Bolt and Laser who can do these wacky, crazy mechanics and pull off these goals? What is it like for you?
I mean, it's amazing to know that most passes that we'll give to each other, they'll most likely score something flashy, right? And that's why they're very aggressive, which is why I covered a second man position. So if we give them a pass, one or two, most of the time it'll go in.
I mean,
It's
that's
just,
the confidence you have on your teammates and Strength. One more question for you. I mean, you guys are now obviously the best in the minor league, and Strength, you are, you were in the discussion of being one of the best third mans and one of the best positioning players in the minor league, and heading into possibly major next season. What is that like, knowing that knowing that people really think you are that top quality as a solid anchor for your team?
it's just a big confidence and morale boost, knowing that other people think that you're a great player just gives you more confidence to do even better than you currently are.
That's awesome to hear. And Laser, my man, you're known for your crazy, wacky abilities. And there's only one question and one moment I want to highlight, which Vector said I was going to break my vocal cords with, is when the ball came flying to you, you were on that backboard and you went for that redirect. If you had scored that, do you think you would have completely uninstalled Rocket League because you completed life?
I nearly left the game, to be honest with you. I nearly left the game. I reported the save right after, and then I was a bit annoyed. I was a bit annoyed, but
Yeah, I mean, and your passing play with Bolt, it was so incredible. I mean, how much do you guys play together? Is this something that just comes naturally for you two?
we play every day. Yeah, we play every day. I mean, we just sit in private match and just grind private
Yeah.
matches.
That's good stuff. There's good stuff. And just one final question from me before I hand over to Vector is he's going to go to you, Kincaid. Obviously, we didn't see you featured in the finals, but you're obviously an anchor and a staple to this team, being the captain. What is it like to have these boys around you, and what do you do to keep them going, keep them motivated to keep playing together?
Is just incredible, to be honest. It's like everyone really wants to play in the games, but like I think their gameplay speaks for itself, and that's the reason why I wouldn't start anybody else over them three.
Oh, that's really good to hear. Really good to hear indeed. And Vector, let me hand over to you.
Well, of course, first off, congratulations to all four of you. Of course, as you said, Kincaid didn't get to play, but you played so well throughout the season. It wasn't even like you were the sub, you were just the fourth man on the team. You rotated so well within the roster, and I completely agree with you that the strongest three clearly were Bolt, Laser, and Strength. Such a strong foundation from Strength, of course, the passing between Bolt and Laser. Just so many positives to take away from that. But I want to kind of shift focus and go to the big man himself, the GM, Archeon. Is now two teams in the playoffs that have gone all the way to the grand final, took the grand prize. How are you feeling after going through all of that? Of course, you've been in the background doing the graphics for so long as well, so thank you very much for that. We wouldn't be here without you. But how are you feeling overall after that?
Really pleased, because after last night's victory, it felt a bit like mine and Sato's work, because they were drafted, they had no roster changes. It was kind of given to me. This team was all my own doing. This team gave me the hardest decision I've ever had to make as a GM and a player, really, in Rocket League. Obviously, we started the season with Con, Falgande, Kincaid, and Bolt. Couple of chemistry issues. Con kind of wanted to take a break as well. So I was kind of forced to put someone on inactive reserve. However, the replacements we found in Strength and Laser was just incredible. You could tell how much of a good player Laser was when he left Concerto. They went from first to fourth, and we picked him up and we went from third to first. He's one player of the season. Strength, known as a third man in this final, but I mean, his scoring record for Sirius was top notch, and then he came to here, played the role that he needed to. But I mean, Bolt peaked today as well, so I'm utterly proud of Bolt. But the man I want to congratulate is Kincaid. He was here last season, unfortunately lost in the final, and although he's played 45 games this season, he was one of the starters at the start of the season. However, he's had to play second fiddle, really, to Laser, Bolt, and Strength because of the sheer mechanical talent that they've got. And, I mean, he's just sat in the background and been at every scrim, every game, and just cheered them on. I love this team.
I'm glad to hear it, and I'm sure they are too. Sometimes that is the kind of decision you have to make as the captain, as the leader of a team, to step back and let them do their thing. And they're taking themselves all the way to the grand final. I'm sure he's as proud of his team as you are, as they are all of themselves, as they should be, rightfully. But kind of segueing off of that, at the very beginning of this playoff run, you took on Concerto, which Laser himself came from. That went all the way to a best of 5, well, game 5 set up there. Do you think you came out of that feeling stronger, or did you have a little bit of a doubt creeping going into that upper final? Just an open question to anyone.
Struggle answer.
I'd definitely say we were doubting ourselves because we knew we weren't playing ourselves. We weren't playing like we did in league play. So we just tried to get back to our normal game. We did a scrim before every series we played today, and then in that scrim before our second series, we really found our playstyle, found ourselves again, because we haven't played with each other for a while. We only started scrimming recently, so it's good that we really found our playstyle towards the end of playoffs, so we can dominate.
Yeah, sometimes going to a game 5, getting that wake-up call can be so important, especially in a playoff sprint like the ones that you went through. And again, of course, congratulations to you all. You played so very well. You popped off on the day. That is what matters. And I'm going to hand it back over to Hop.
Yeah, and so guys, that has been the end of the Season 6 Minor Championship playoffs, with your winners being Erina, Tribe. So a massive GG's to them, and a massive GG's to everybody who has played and competed in both the playoffs and every single league throughout this Season 6. It has been, Vector, Archeon, all the boys in here. Guys, it's been a fantastic season, hasn't it? And we have grown so much as the RSC. But guys, there has been hints throughout the whole of this stream and maybe through the past couple of weeks with some big announcements. All right. And so I am going to actually hand over to the big man himself and the other big man, the Frizzle Mashizzlemeister himself, for some interesting insight, which I think everybody is going to love. And guys, when I say this announcement is huge, when I say this announcement is massive, you guys have no clue how much of an impact this is going to have on the RSC. So, big man, Archeon, take it away.
First of all, I'd like to get Senji to premiere a video that we've made trailering next season. So if you could do that, that'd be fantastic.
So, guys, the Season 7 trailer coming up on your screens ASAP. Do enjoy this, because this is some exciting stuff. Senji, you ready?
But you sleep in my clothes. No, it ain't right. I've been stressing the night. We're together, but I feel alone. How long do I stand here in the fire? How long do I try before I'm on my own? How long do I walk across the wire? Stay till we fall. Can say things we wanna take back. Is there a reason that we're still together? How long do we stand here in the fire? How long do we try before we're on our own? How long do we walk across the wire? Stand till we fall.
What was that? Did you guys see what I was seeing? Have you guys had your eyes opened? Please tell me you watched that trailer. Guys, did you watch that trailer? Guys, tell me. You gotta know. I gotta know whether you watched that trailer. Firstly, I had some heart palpitations watching those goals. Okay, my heart is hurting just a tad, and then boom, out of nowhere. This is no longer a casual league, boys. This is no longer a casual league. This is a prize pooled league. Prize pooled. You win monies. Give me that dollar. I'm gonna hand over to the big men. Archeon, Frizzle, My boys, what's going on?
Well, it's been hard to keep this under wraps for quite a while now. Before we go into the discussion about prize pools and stuff, hear us out a little. This is only a trial for Elite. Our top tier is £260 strictly for Elite. We have a sponsorship with our very own Steeblood, who, as far as I'm concerned, he's heartbeats for RSC. He's provided us with the website, he's provided us with sponsorship, he's offered to plough a whole lot more into this league. And we've got him in the chat with us, and I'd like to get Frizz and Steeblood to discuss it a little bit more.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, Steeblood's he's offered to sponsor everyone for us. He has a little introduction he'd like to do himself, just to tell you guys what he is bringing to us, and about his company. So Steve, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so hi guys. Yeah, basically, where do I start? I got a lot of things on my mind. Business is really busy at the moment, and the missus behind me is talking about caravans. That's all I've had this weekend. However, caravans. Okay, so it's not number one in the gaming industry. It's completely brand new, and I get that everybody's like, "Oh, caravans." However, everybody knows somebody who has a caravan, and if you know somebody who has a caravan that is looking to sell their caravan, and you refer them to me, if we buy that caravan, you can earn yourself £100. And we also have currently a competition going. If you know somebody who has a caravan, send them over to the website. On the homepage, there's a pop-up, or in the top right-hand corner, if the pop-up doesn't show, you can press enter now and enter your details, or the caravan owner can enter their details. The prize draw will be drawn in August, and that particular person could have their site fees for 2022 paid in full. Just to give you a little bit of an introduction to what site fees are, they're basically the fees the caravan park charge to store your caravan on their ground. Water, electricity, etc. They could all be paid for 2022, and your family member may be the happiest family member ever.
Insane stuff. And I'd quickly, Steve, is there a link we can post in chat to go to your website? Because I know I want to go check this out.
Absolutely. So it's staticCaravanBuyer.com, made by yours truly.
I will have a look, and I'll make sure we get that in the chat. Frizzle, over to you guys. Tell us a bit more. How has this come about?
So obviously, after the last couple of seasons, we've grown quite a bit now, noticeably. We've overhauled the media and the streams, all staff in between. So big thank you to Archeon, because he's done a lot of work there on his own time. One thing I want to say is I see a lot of people saying bring the prize pool up with the subs. One thing we don't want to do is go straight into next season with a big prize pool, because we can't predict how many players we're going to get, and we don't know if we're going to be able to keep everything going with that many players and the staff we have. So the first thing we want to do is try and test it out and see what the general thought on it all is. See what you guys think of it, if you want to keep going with a prize pool. Because I know a lot of you think enjoy the league because it's more casual. But we're hoping we can keep a lot of you interested still.
Awesome. This is amazing stuff to hear. Archeon, I mean, you've been the big man. You know, you got me in here. I'm sure you get many people. How do you feel after having this announcement and getting this out to everybody?
I'm really excited, but I also want to listen to the community as well. I know everyone likes this league as a casual league. However, this league has grown by 300%. No one would have foreseen this in Season 4 when myself, Sato, and Frizz teamed up. We have overhauled everything in the league. We have become one of the most watched European leagues around Europe. I feel if we don't do something now, we may stagnate as a casual league, and I think Europe's there for the taking with this league, and a sponsorship and a prize pool, which is strictly for one tier for now, because we know the issues that come with it, is the best way to trial it right now. And I'm really excited, but I don't want people to feel like RSC is selling out, basically.
No, I think that is definitely a concern that people have, but with this prize pool being gifted so generously from Steve Bloods, that we aren't selling out. We are still with he's from the RSC. It's Steve. Everybody knows Steve, and so we aren't just going off there and finding a random company. It's a company that we love, respect, and owned by a person we love and respect, which is Steve Blood. And so
that's the good thing about it as well. Like we spoke about sponsorship, and within 24 hours we had it with Steve. I was talking about looking at companies, maybe like donating to us or stuff like that, and this just happened. And it's, in my opinion, it's kept in house with Steve, and I think it's the best way.
100%. I could not agree more. And Steve, just for your reference, Chonka has said he's going to rebrand Reliable Family Car to Reliable Family Caravan. I think that would be definitely a franchise change that needs to happen. And that's huge. Guy, I mean, Frizzle, Steve, Archeon, have any final words before I go off and do my thing with Vector?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the staff we have at the minute, especially you guys with the streaming and the casting, all the media, everyone on the staff realm, basically. It's been a really, really good season. Thank you, obviously, everyone who subbed. I think, Hop, you've got your end of the deal to uphold.
I have to pierce my ears and do and be a GM for next season.
You have to stream the piercing as well.
I'm gonna get that sorted. I'll stream the piercing as well. But Frizzle, continue.
But I just want to say thank you to everyone. Hopefully next season goes beyond expectations again, and hopefully the new admins can help with that. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Awesome, Frizzle. And Steve, any final words before we hand over to Archeon?
Absolutely, yeah. So obviously you've got the £260 prize pool. I haven't spoke to the guys about this. However, there will be something in mind for next season's MVPs of each tier.
Ooh, Steve Blood. I sniffed something tasty in the water right here. I like the sound of that. So, guys, you better be popping off. And this doesn't. But is this correct? This doesn't just apply to elite tier. Is this every tier for MVPs? So, every tier. So, guys, you better stick about and pop off, because if you're the MVP of your tier, you don't need to just be an elite. There could be something in it for you. Steve Blood doing a little bit of teasing right here. So, guys, turn up, get people in. Caravans for the MVPs is what I'm feeling. I'm joking. Steve, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And Archeon, any final words? This is obviously the final playoffs, and anything you want to end on before we close out this evening?
No, like Frizz said, thanks to the staff teams, especially Senji for streaming like over 25 hours over the whole course of the playoffs. We forgot to mention as well, there will be a little change of hierarchy as well in the RSC coming with this sponsorship. Nothing will change in regards to making decisions in the background. It's just Steve needs security for his business, so me and Frizz will be acting as treasurers and head admin. We do have an announcement post coming after this stream, so bear with us with that. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's joined RSC this season, everyone who's become staff, and we hope next season is bigger and better than ever.
100%. I'm sure it will. So, guys, I think before I close out and do my ending, Vector, listen, I'm gonna need to look the right way. Which way am I looking? If I was going to look at you, this way. I need to look this way. Listen,
your
Vector,
other left.
Vector, my man.
Yes,
my guy. Okay, I think we should show the trailer one more time before we close out. Yeah,
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Don't you think? Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for the Season 6 playoffs. This has been your minor stream. Over the past couple of weeks, we have seen the best teams from each of their respective leagues take home trophies, and this evening it was Erina Tribe for Minor. Thank you so much to everybody working in the background, and thank you everyone who's been here on the stream. So Vector, any final words before we thank everybody and plug all the socials?
Of course, thank you. As Hop said, it only works with all of us. None of this works unless all of us work together, and I'm so glad that we did. It's gone stratospheric in Season 6, and it's going to go orbital in Season 7. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for the late May. It's going to be such a grueling few weeks to get through this off-season, but it's going to be an absolute banger when we eventually do, and I'm so very glad that I get to be a part of all this and cast over all this, especially with you, Hop. You are such a pleasure to cast with.
It has been a pleasure as always, Vector. I love casting with you. It's absolutely awesome. But guys, thank you very, very much. This is the end of the stream. Before we show the trailer once more time, go follow us on Twitter, RSC_EU. Obviously, visit our website, rsceu.co.uk. Go and visit Steve Blood's website, which is strategiccaravanbuyer.com. Visit, just post it in the chat because that's where our sponsor is coming from. Big love to him. Obviously, you're here at the RSCE_EU Twitch. If you know anybody who likes playing Rocket League and wants to play competitively, get them involved in RSC because next season, you guys have heard it, it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Much love to everybody out there, and we will see you all very, very soon. Roll the trailer, Senji.
Talk, but you sleep in my clothes. No, it ain't right. I've been stressing at night. We're together, but I feel alone. How long do I stand here in the fire? How long do I try before I'm on my own? How long do I walk across the wire? Stay till we fall. And say things we wanna take back. Is there a reason that we're still together? How long do we stand here in the fire? How long do we try before we're on our own? How long do we walk across the wire?